So, hello traders, very good morning and welcome to today's live market profile analysis by Tradeducation. We are at episode 156, and before I share today's analysis, I would quickly like to go through a disclaimer that trading involves substantial risk and is not suitable for all investors. Also, the information which I'm sharing is for educational purposes only and cannot be used for any trade related activity. Okay. So, being Monday today, I'll be keeping today's live session a bit short because I got a very heavy Monday from 9:30 till 9:30, sort of about 12 hours. Okay. So, before I share today's analysis, let's look at what happened on the last Friday, and what can be the potential auction development paths for today. Okay, so let me share the screen, and one thing to note here is I'm facing some issue with the volume chart. So now I'm back to the minute chart. I do prefer volume chart, but I think the issue is either with Ninja Trader or with the data feed, because if the issue is with data feed, I think this wouldn't work. But yeah, so that's one thing which I would like to share. Okay. So let me first start with the bigger, higher time frame, that is the daily time frame, and what we see here is first of all, this entire zone. So this is the supply zone, okay, and what has been happening is we are seeing very sharp drops. So you see sharp drop number one, sharp drop number two, and then Friday was a very sharp drop number three. These drops, these are nothing but inventory adjustments. Basically it is trying to take out the liquidity, trying to take the stops, so clear the weaknesses, and then continue to the higher side. Okay, so what has happened last Friday is, so if you see where the auction halted, it halted around the 20 EMA. Okay, so this is the power of 20 EMA and this is the 200 EMA. Okay, so this are the two moving averages which I use a lot to from the positional perspective, and also to understand what's happening from the daily chart and what's happening, what other high time frame traders are doing. Okay, so inventory, so we had a good inventory adjustment break, and you will get more clarity when I jump to the next chart, that is the volume chart. So if you see this volume chart, let me again maximize this. Okay, so if you see the volume chart where the auction halted, so it halted around the VPOC. Okay, so this was also very important reference point. So yesterday, I mean not yesterday but a Friday, I shared that one of the references to monitor is this particular high. Okay, this is the balance high, and this is where sellers will step in. So this is a good opportunity to take a short position with the first target of value area high and the second target of the VPOC. Okay, so this both target were achieved from the positional. So this was from the positional trade. I didn't knew that it will happen in intraday. Okay, but those who had book profit, I think you might have made your monthly profit in just one day, or one trade was good enough. Okay, so let me do one thing. So we are still in the top upper balance, and let me add the data points of the Friday's auction. And if you see, we are now currently around the VPOC, so this is going to be act as the level of support. Second thing is this reference level, and the third is this reference level. Okay, so right now if you see, selling is pretty strong compared to buying. Okay, so we need to observe that the auction should open above the VPOC, and some sideways development, and it should continue higher. Okay, this is the first auction path which I'm observing. Second auction path which I'm seeing is it opens around the VPOC, so this support turns into resistance, and then it tries to tag the value area low, and then maybe goes to this balance low. Okay, so this is one balance low and this is the second balance low. So these are the two auction development paths which I'm seeing, because what has happened is this sharp down move, every retail trader would be in a thought process that, okay, so now the downfall has started, and what they will do is they will try to short, and again they will be absorbed. So basically the shorting or absorption of supply will be absorbed, and then buyers will step in, and then we might see further continuation to the upside. So in order to carry on this hypothesis, we need to measure the confidence at the value area high, that is first the VPOC and the value area low. Okay, so these are the three references, which I'm seeing, which I'm observing. Okay, and from the VSA chart. Okay, so this was the first HV and this is the second HV and this was a big support zone. Okay, so 11,160. So I'll share you how I got that support zone. Okay, so this is from this particular auction. Let me zoom in. Okay, so this is from the 5th of August till the 10th of August. Okay, so this entire band is where, so if you see, there are again more support zones. So this is one more support zone. So this support zone has been tagged, and we need to see, whether the auction is developing higher. If it opens higher, it should not reach around this 11,160 reference level. If it reaches here, if it goes above, if we have this type of auction development, and if we have a retest, then this is an indication that there are good odds that the longs will be working. Second thing is, if it does not, so if it falls, and if we see this type of development, then this zone has invalidated, and your next target can be 11,000 levels, 11,080 levels. Okay, so here is where you can take a short position. Okay, so these are the two auction development paths which I'm seeing to happen, and this is the same from the volume profile chart which I shared. Okay, so now so I'll just keep this, I'll just observe this particular references. So this is the resistance zone, and we had a good stop hunting, and then immediately the auction came down. This is the demand zone, or buyer zone, and now the auction is trying to go higher. So this, if it is trading within this range, there will be a lot of choppiness happening. Okay, so I'll just be staying away from the auction to getting developed. Okay, so now let me minimize this, and let's quickly jump to the market profile chart and see which are there any intraday nuances that is happening. So if you see on the lower side, these are the references, multiple references up to 10,153. Okay, so a lot of references are there, and on the higher side there are lower references. Okay, so now I'll just zoom into yesterday's, or the Friday's auction. So one of the reference is this this high. This is the high about 11,418. Second reference is the high of yesterday. Let me remove this. This PPOC was also tagged. Let me remove this. Let me remove this. And we have, so what is this reference? Okay, this is a multi-day low, 6th of August. And it just tagged, and then the auction just reversed. Okay, so I'll just mark this reference. Okay, so now studying from the structure point of view, a good trade facilitation happened, and there are some anomalies. So I'll just share some of the anomalies. So we had this anomaly first, which was repaired. Then we had the second anomaly, which was also again repaired. Okay, now what are the anomalies that are present? So currently the anomalies that are present is only one anomaly, that is here. Okay, so now let me delete this, and let me just jump to where the market is going to open. So let me hit refresh. So 70 points up. So I think the auction will open in next 40 seconds. So basically 70 points up. So that means, so this is a good selling zone. So let me delete this. Let me also delete this. So some of the auction development path which I'm seeing is, somewhere around this level is where some exhaustion will be seen. And slowly and steadily the auction will try to reach high. And around this is the level where, sort of reversal will happen, and we might see continuation to the downside. Okay, this is the first auction development path. Second auction development, I'm just seeing sideways development. So the auction will open now, and let's see what happens. Okay, so it has opened around this single print zone, and currently it is trying to tag within the single print zone. So I would just request you to just observe, and I'm just going on mute. So now let me delete this auction path. And earlier I said that this would act as the level of support, and the auction is just halted there. So wait for some continuation to the downside, and currently the auction is opened around it is getting rejected around the single print zone. Okay, so this is a single print zone. So this high is weaker, and this is a single print zone, and this was a selling zone. So if I split this, a lot of supply came in. So supply will be again coming in if we don't see if we see lack of supply. Okay, because this high is not a good high, it's a poor high, it's a weaker high. So odds are high that it will be taken out from the intraday perspective. So let me unsplit, let me merge, let me minimize this. So overall the auction is opened within yesterday's range. Confidence is low, and what's happening in the delta, so it's tagged below VWAP. Delta is negative, the balance power is negative. This was in HUN, so if you draw a trend line, this is where a lot of stops would have built, and it just tagged, and around this particular reference level is where supply came in. Okay, so for the moment selling is strong, delta is pretty negative, and if you see 8,000 contracts traded, 8,700, so pretty good. So this can be an indication of a trending day getting formed. Okay, 9,000 contracts. So I would say about 12,000 contracts would be happening today. Let's see, 12,000 is a good number. We are still 1 minute to go. But pretty heavy selling is coming in. This high is poor. And around this is the level where some sort of reversal should be seen, 11,198. And that is also a PPOC reference. So this reference is invalidated now. It's been tagged. So I'm just waiting for buyers to step in. And if you see here, good wick is forming. So 10,500, 11,000 contracts would be traded. And where the auction is opened, so the auction is opened within the VPOC and the value area high. So wait for the market to chop. Don't take any trades. Wait for the choppiness action to come. Yes, 11,000 traded. I was expecting 12,000. And let me just look at the highs and lows. So yeah, so odds are high that we'll be tagging the high. Wait for it to close above VWAP. Okay, so that is one trade location which I'm seeing. See if I can make it. Okay, so this entire zone is the supply zone. We're just trading in that. So delta turning flat? Yes, delta is turning flat. Just switch to the order flow chart. So if you see from order flow, this is where some stacked buyers were there. But let the market go down. This is where maximum selling is happening. 11,236. Yeah, let the low. So the low is tagged. Yeah, but the delta is turning flat. We might see continuation to the downside. So this was a sort of retest. Okay, seller stepping in now. So you have to understand whether this auction. So who is currently trading? Okay, basically trading meaning who are the players? Are the retail players who are just following the momentum, basically momentum of yesterday's or Friday's auction, that this is a selling zone, again we should sell. So we have to always ask those questions. Yeah, sorry for the disturbances. That's the benefit of working from home or trading from home. Okay, so I'm expecting further continuation to the downside and the auction to halt around this particular zone. So this single print zone where it's ending is 11,198. Okay, but currently we are seeing a good rejection at the VWAP levels. Let's see, the volumes are good. So this should be around 5,000, 50% of the previous candle. So just a quick disclaimer: all this 50% and these are all my analogy. There's don't stick to that. Yeah, so it's good selling pressure coming in. Now delta is again going down. Good selling pressure. And there are some anomalies, one anomaly, second anomaly, and third anomalies. So today I won't be taking any trades from the short side. I'm just looking for an opportunity to go long. Okay, that's my trade plan. And I'll be targeting the today's high. So I'm just waiting for the auction to show me or waiting for the trade to come to me. That is my trade plan. So right now it looks like again we will see continuation to the downside, even though the delta, the buyers are stepping in. Wait for the auction. Wait for the first 15 minutes. Wait for the auction to get clear because there will be a lot of emotions going on. People trading the market open. So wait for them. Wait for the market to settle down. Wait for them to make mistakes. Identify those mistakes and then take the trades. So value area low, again I'm seeing further continuation to the downside, and this is a multi-day low. So even if the auction comes here, we might be expecting. So even if the auction goes here, we might be expecting a reversal, maybe around this level or this level. Okay. So these are the two good demand zones, good support zones. So now let the auction chop. I'm expecting it to come down, maybe up to this level. and I'll be seeing whether I'm expecting whether this type of option is getting formed or not. Okay, I'm just switching to the comments section, so no comments. It's fine. Okay, see buyers stepping in. This low is not a good low, it's a poor low. So we have a poor high and a poor low, but odds are high that we'll be tagging the lows first. Okay, so we will be having a sort of a VWAP test. See the delta divergence happening. So 5,000 contract traded in the the previous candle before that, 5,900. And a good bullish engulfing pattern forming in the Nifty spot chart. So if you see this sort of an engulfing pattern forming, bullish engulfing. So VWAP test is done. Now we need to observe whether we are getting rejected at this or whether we are seeing continuation to the upside. Okay guys, so that's what I had to share, and I shared my trade plan, and I would request you to please do like, subscribe and press the bell icon so that you get notified for the upcoming videos. And look at the observation, or just observe the levels which I have shared, and take the trades based on your risk profile. Okay, so ending today's session, and let's again catch up tomorrow and see how the auction develops. So take care and bye.